Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Jessica and this is Unite Inside, and we help people unite with all the parts inside of them. In this video, I will be guiding you through the process of sitting with your pain. And this is a very important and crucial process to go through if you want to heal yourself and your trauma. And it is just one of the two steps that really can give you this beautiful beneficial healing. It can really crack the code for you if you're feeling like you have this trauma and you really want to heal it. Okay, so how do you sit with your pain? Okay, this is what we will be talking about in this video. First of all, the reason why sitting with your pain is very beneficial and healing is because most of the time the trauma doesn't happen or doesn't come from the pain itself, but it really comes from the not being acknowledged and not being seen and heard about our pain. Okay, so it is the feeling of being unheard and unseen and feeling not acknowledged. Okay, so this is really what creates the trauma. And so that's why just by sitting with your pain and giving it your attention, it really can be a healing experience. Okay, and that can give your pain an opportunity to be released and to be felt, and that in of itself can really be you can start healing just by sitting with yourself, sitting with your pain and your trauma. This is basically what I'm saying. And yeah, that's because a lot of times when we were, for example, like kids and our caregivers or our parents, they were around us, but they just did not know how to truly like validate us when we were going through our pain and our when we were hurt, for example. They didn't know how to tell us that we are safe to feel that way and to express it. So the trauma really came from maybe some of our parents even tried to tell us that we're wrong for the way we felt. And so it really came from the trauma, ended up coming from us feeling like we don't deserve to express how painful we feel, or we don't deserve to be acknowledged or heard about how we feel. Okay? And so this is really what the pain that you're going through is desiring from you. It doesn't want you to fix it. Most of the time, it's not looking for a solution. It only, if you have something coming up for you, for it to be healed, it really does not need to be fixed. It only needs you to be present with it for it to start feeling better and healing and being like, and becoming like normal, just like repairing, coming back to a normal. Okay, like going back to your normal state, which means that your normal state, I have explained this in another video about how to properly heal. I have expressed how I talk about how if you really need to heal, how like it's very important to understand that healing really is to go back to your natural state. And so what I'm saying here is that for you to go back to your natural state, which is basically like being confident and happy and every high vibrational like state, that is your normal state. Everything about feeling confident, feeling secure, feeling happy, feeling motivated, trusting yourself, being confident, that's basically your normal and natural state. But when you go through trauma, you disconnect from that state, and so you create another state, which is feeling nervous, feeling anxious, feeling insecure, not knowing who you are, not knowing your worth, feeling like you're not good enough. And so what I mean here is when you want to reconnect to back to your natural state, then this will very much help you to reconnect back to that state. Just by listening and like sitting with your pain, you will start to go back to normal. You will start to go back to your natural state. Like, for example, if you feel like you're not good enough, it's easy. You can just sit with the part of you that feels not good enough. You can be present with how painful it feels, even though it feels very bad. You can just be present with it, as that's what it wants from you, is to be present and there while it's expressing that pain, while it's feeling whatever comes up for you. This is really your higher self wanting you to give attention to this part. It comes up for you to. It's like a little bit of it's like a bell. It's like ringing for you. It's like, that's why it's very painful, because it wants your full attention. Pain normally is very painful because it needs to get your attention. Okay, it needs to get your attention because it's like a message. Your feelings are like messages. It tells you something. It's basically talking to you. It's saying, I feel unworthy, I feel this, I feel that. And so once you give it your full attention, you don't need to fix it or give it solutions or try to argue with it. Just by sitting with it, it will repair itself. It will start to feel better, because the moment it feels acknowledged for whatever feeling it feels heard, the moment it starts to feel heard, that's the moment that it will feel comfortable, and it will feel like going back to the natural state. Okay, so now that we know this is the process. How to sit with your pain. This is what to do. 2 things, 2 steps to take. Okay, so the first step would be, first of all, you have to know that if you are resistant to the pain, if you have any resistance to your trauma, to the way you feel, when the shame comes up, when the guilt comes up, when the grief comes up, when the hopelessness and the depression comes up for you, if you feel like you want to shut it down, you feel like you want to stop it, you feel like this is bad, this is hurtful, this is too much, and you start having all these fears, that means you have resistance to feeling your pain. And this is what really can stop you from sitting with your pain properly. Because if you're running away from it, it really is not going to heal you. It's not a good way to heal yourself. If you think that if you run away from your pain and you shut it down and you stop listening to it, that this is going to heal you and that maybe it's gone now and that you're fine, a lot of times we distract ourselves. Even in the spiritual community, we distract ourselves from our pain. We do that because we think that we need to just switch into, especially with this mentality of manifestation and stuff, we think that the right way to heal is to just listen to some affirmations that say that, oh, I am good enough, and that is distracting the real feeling, and so that is not healing the real feeling. If you do that, you're lying to yourself, and you're suppressing yourself, and it will come up in a different way, and it will not heal. If you want to do affirmations, do them when you feel good. Do them after you do your inner work. So after you sit with your pain and you journal, you can do a lot of practices while you're sitting with it. Just don't resist it. So for you to not resist it, become aware of why is it that you are resisting your pain. Sometimes it's because you feel like you're gonna die, or you feel like it's too much, or if you sink too much in your pain, or if you allow yourself to feel that depression, that all of a sudden you're never gonna get out of it. Let me tell you this about feelings, okay? Feelings are very temporary, and the reason why we feel them forever, literally, is because we resist them. Actually, the very reason why you feel one feeling all day, one bad feeling like anxiety, for example, is because you didn't give it space to be felt. You didn't give it space to be expressed. If you don't let it be in that space, it will bother you for the rest of the day, or even for your whole life. A lot of times, we might have guilt for like years, just in our chest, just like right there. Why? It's because it never has been able to be felt. You've never sat with your guilt. Even though it feels so bad to sit with guilt, for example, sitting with it for a little bit, I know that it feels bad. It's like this hate, this resentment towards self. Like guilt is this like disappointment. It's very painful and it's like pulling you down. But if you sit with it with a mindset of like openness and compassion, that part can exist, that guilt can be there and express itself, how bad it feels, without without it feeling like it's going down. So you need to be the one to hold it. Any feeling, you have to know that you are in the back seat. You are the driver. Okay, you can't be. You can't let your feelings guide you. Okay, I mean, like, your feelings are gonna show you that this needs to be fault, but you can't let like your ego be in the driver's seat, because your ego is scared of how bad it feels. Okay, so that's one thing to know, is that actually, like, you're not gonna sink in that feeling forever. Feelings cannot like be there for a long time. It's only there for 3 minutes, literally. It's only there for a few minutes, as long as you're with it. Okay, so try it. Try to understand, like, just become aware of what is it that really is making you resistant to sitting with your pain, and then understand that just by sitting with it, it will release it. It will give it time to be expressed. Okay, so this is going to be the first step. The second step you will do to properly learn how to sit with your pain is going to be, is very, very important. It's to just observe and accept. Okay? Observe and accept. This is very easy. Okay? You feel shame coming up. You observe the shame. You observe how shameful you feel. And you accept that right now you feel the shame. You accept that right now this is how you feel. Okay? And you accept, and you become aware of every part of you and all the feelings that are coming up while you're feeling the shame, for example. Like, you might feel like, oh my God, this is so bad, I need to run away. No, this is actually a time to face your demons. Why is it called shadow work? Shadow work is your shadow, your hidden shadow, black, dark sides. So you have to face them to heal them. You have to shine your light on them. Shining your light on them is literally becoming aware of them. This is the awareness process. When you become aware of how you feel, of the pain, you have to know that you are you're the boss. Okay, you're the boss. Your feelings aren't going to make you, like, you have to understand that you're bigger than your feelings to be able to feel them. You're the boss. You're bigger than your feelings. You feel your feelings, and in fact, you're the one that created your feelings, because you're the one that unconsciously thought those bad thoughts about yourself, and you started feeling those feelings as a result. And so, like, it is all you. You did this. You did it. So you're not out of control. You actually are, but to become aware of this is like the process of awareness. So you need to become aware of how you feel so that you can release your trauma. Okay, it's going to be hard, but you don't have to overwhelm yourself, and just like you can do this, you can like practice, and the more you feel your pain, the more you're with your pain, it got to be that you allow your pain to be there, and that you're with it, and you're supporting yourself through the way you feel. This is the attitude. It needs to be that whenever you have a feeling, anxiousness, trauma, any sort of trauma, sadness, hurt, anything, when it starts to come up, you need to be the one holding yourself. Literally, you can do this. You can hold yourself. You can hug. You give yourself a hug while you're feeling it, and anything that while you're feeling, it needs to be, you need to feel, because feeling is healing. That's actually how you heal. And so, like, while you're feeling that hurt and that anxiousness, and however your mind is thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna die, this is horrible. No, hold yourself. You are in control, okay? You don't have to listen to your thoughts when they come up to you and they're like, oh, trying to scare you, this is bad, this is horrible, this is too much. You don't have to listen to it. You can be like, okay, I know that that's how you feel. You can talk to yourself. This is something that will make you create a relationship with yourself. This is how you create a beautiful relationship with yourself. So when you do that, hold yourself while you feel the hurt, and while you acknowledge your own hurt. While you tell yourself, okay, I get it, I understand. You can really help yourself with some affirmations, not affirmations like, oh, I'm good enough, or oh, I'm happy. Like, that's lying, okay? Whatever you feel, I know that you feel this way and you're okay. I'm with you. I am here. Saying I am completely here with you, or I am here, is the best affirmation you can ever tell yourself. It can make you feel really good and calm your nervous system while you feel the way you feel. You have to make yourself feel held and and like supported while you go through the process of feeling your emotions, okay? So this is how you sit with yourself, with your pain. And as I told you, if you do those 2 steps, if you follow those 2 steps, it will help you learn how to sit with your pain, and that will, as a result, you will heal your pain. It will be healed. The more you do it, every time you feel, you let yourself feel, every time you have a pain coming up, you don't get scared, you don't run away, you sit with it, okay? You sit with it. And you don't have to believe your thoughts. You don't have to subscribe to any negative thoughts that are coming at you. If a thought is like, oh, this is too much, or I can't, I'm gonna die, or I can't feel this, like, yes, you can feel this. Yes, you can. You're there with yourself, you're holding yourself, and yes, you can. And yeah, this is how you do it, okay? Okay, so this video is coming to an end, and I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know how this goes for you if you do this exercise. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if it's helpful, and you can ask me any questions. Tell me what are the things that you really struggle with, and you can even suggest some things that I can talk about healing. I can answer your questions, okay? And so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and you can share it with your friends. I love you. I hope you heal. I'll see you in the next video.